Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol RGSE. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like through this time frame, and does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where the green line here is coming from, which is valued at 38 cents. And from that perspective, not much has really happened. Now, from a day trading perspective, depending on, kind of your strategy going in, this chart could look pretty rough. What do I mean? Well, if you were some sort of, like I said, day trader and you bought there, or maybe you bought right there, and you were looking to sell within 20 minutes after buying, well, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking kind of rough. But again, that is just looking at today in and of itself, 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, overall, the chart is still maintaining itself and has the opportunity to show overall signs of progress. What do I mean by overall signs of progress? Again, this is where the 38-cent mark comes into play, which is that green line there. I'm not saying this will happen, but just to kind of answer the question, let's say the price pulls back here, behaves in this manner, and then eventually starts to work its way back upwards. From the overall price perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have these lows down here. If you picture each one of those as stair steps, well, hey, now you have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And again, that's what an overall strong price movement is going to do. It's going to make progress forward. And in this set of circumstances, the quote-unquote progress point, if you will, I'm defining as the 38-cent mark. So that is definitely the key level of support. And although the price did pull back today from its highs, overall speaking, it is still up above 38, which is important. What about the levels of resistance going forward? As far as where the sellers are hanging out currently, seems to be right up here around 43 cents, which actually makes quite a bit of sense. Why do I say that? Well, if you go back through the history, you can see this mark acted as support, and a foundational rule in charting states when levels of support are broken and closed below, which is what happened right there on that candle, they tend to act as resistance. So you fast forward to today, and it did indeed act as resistance. Again, I'm not saying the price can never get above 43. I'm just saying it makes sense why the price did struggle up at that area. So overall, sure, today the price pulled back from its highs, but looking at multiple days, the price still has an opportunity to make progress. So we'll see how this week continues to play out.
One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.